coming from the horse's mouth, what to do and what not to do. It's a pleasure today to have Samanika and Harsh talk about CLAT preparation, and I'm sure it will be very helpful for all of you. Over to you,
Hi.
Samanika, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Samanika, the head of placements at LawSeco. I was lucky enough to study at NUJS Calcutta. I gave my first attempt of CLAT in 2012 and then the next attempt in 2013. 2012 mein, as you all knew, at that point of time it was said Dunya khatam ho jayegi. So even I was expecting Dunya khatam ho jayegi and I was like chill karenge, padna nahi padega and all that. But then suddenly Dunya khatam nahi hui, and then immediately after that, December 2012, I remember CLAT came up with a negative marking scheme. So that was the first time they were conducting a paper which had negative marking. And that's why I think a lot of students started panicking. So the most important truth factor about CLAT preparation is that it's not that the paper is tough, but the fact that the paper is unpredictable, and the unpredictability of CLAT makes it difficult for students to understand and try to prepare for it. So the only thing what we did, or what I did, or my friends who cleared CLAT, was that do not wait for the CLAT authority to tell you what should be done. There's a general set of guidelines which are provided. The paper, the subjects are same, and like the only fluctuation which happens most of the time is they say it will be static GK, or they say it will be current GK, and they give a combination of both. So when I was preparing in 2012, when I took a drop year, the only strategy which we did, like we made a group of 8 friends, and then we used to like regularly prepare GK questions. So like GK is something, don't try to do rote learning. Ratta mat marna GK mein bilkul bhi. You'll not remember things on the final day. You'll not be able to memorize everything. The good thing is the strategy, you can say, what you can do is start reading more. Okay, and whenever you read, just start underlining on the newspaper itself. If you can make notes, and then quickly revise them with your friends. You don't have to like, because when you'll get 4 options in negative marking, if you know 2 answers, like if the confusion is between 2, then the chance is like 50-50. And if you don't know at all, then it's better not to attempt it. So that instead of 25, 25, 25, 25, if there's a chance of 50-50, you have to play in probability. One is that. Second is legal reasoning, like you say. So legal reasoning and GK again connected, because legal, again, most of the time they do ask some questions from legal GK as well in the GK part, general knowledge part. So if you can strengthen, see, I was told one very important thing by somebody when I was preparing at Career Launcher in Dehradun. There was this guest who had come and he said, understand the pattern of the paper. Shweta, if I'm not wrong, the pattern is still the same, 40, 40, 40 and 20, something like that.
No, it has changed.
Okay, so what is the mark?
It's changed.
It's 35.
150 marks. The paper is of 150 marks right now. Quantitative aptitude has lessened down to 17. The legal aptitude is 38. And other sections are like this, only 34, 36 marks each.
Right. So if you don't know one subject, is math still there?
Data interpretation, I can say. They have been asking that in the name of quantitative aptitude. And with each sample set coming along, they are rather confusing the kids.
Okay. So
doing nothing more than that.
Even if you don't know one subject, say you don't know logical reasoning at all, okay, just ignore the total number of marks that subject has. Like say it is for 38 marks. Highest marks is 38 or 40 in the paper. Like even if
38.
you don't know 40 marks whatsoever, you still have 100 marks or 120 marks in your hand for the remaining set of paper. And who's 38 may say at least 8 questions you will know for sure. Sort of 150, even if you think मुझे reasoning बिल्कुल नहीं आता और मुझे legal aptitude नहीं है, I don't have time right now to prepare for legal. I have to write say AIEEE also and many other exams also. Just even if you ignore one full section of your paper, you'll still be able to. And that's how we went for the paper. That was our strategy. That even if tomorrow say GK becomes the most unpredictable thing and they give like pura static GK, they ask things like P Chidambaram ki name mein what is the full form of P?
P ka full form kya hai?
Under which book, under like who will think about this question while preparing for the exams? Then so they can ask me anything, right? So these questions are there just to test how much time do you waste. Now, a lot of students, what they do is in reasoning also, and in our time it was maths. If they don't know any question, unka ego hurt ho jata tha, and they would be like, I have to solve this question. Like, I know this, I knew the formula, or I knew how to do this, and therefore I have to come to a solution. That's not how this paper is. The paper is not testing your ego. The paper is testing your time management. So just think about it. If you can do more number of questions in that limited number of time, you'll get more score. That's how I did it. And most important thing, like, don't panic. Whether it's negative marking, whether it's the unpredictability of the paper is same for all the 30,000 plus students who are writing that exam. So if it's unpredictable for you, it's unpredictable for everybody else. And everybody is starting from the same scratch level where you are. Just have that faith in mind. Over to you, Harsh.
Okay, Samanika. So you told us that you did a drop year.
Yeah.
In 2012, you tried to give it for the first time, and then again you cleared it in 2013.
Like,
So that was the year I cracked this paper.
yeah.
So as far as I remember, what do you believe? Like, do the students need this drop year, or what kind of a student should opt for drop year, or is it just do drop year for doing law?
Okay, so see, why I dropped the year was because somewhere or the other, like, I had during that drop year, I did have a backup option. I had secured admissions in economic honors at one of the universities in Dehradun, and my dad was really offended because I had cleared all rounds of counseling, pura sab kuch medical वगैरह सब कुछ करा के I went there, and like they shortlisted me during the counseling round also. And the moment my dad was about to pay the fee, I looked at him and I said, I want to take a drop here. And like, I still remember that expression he had on his face, that why can't you take one solid decision at a time? Why did you even come through the counseling round when you wanted to drop the year? So because by then I knew that I want to give it a try. I was sure that, like, see, whatever you guys are doing, be it CLAT, UG, PG, any exam, pop job, law firm job, since I'm the recruitment head, I get a lot of students here who come with these queries, whether they should take a drop here, whether they should go for, like, because of COVID, a lot of people are not getting as the jobs which they expected to get. And then they are in a similar dilemma. What should they do? Should they go for LLM? Should they drop a year and like do internships? I only want to tell you guys is write down your priorities. Write down what exactly comes on top for you. Okay, is it the money, is it the degree, is it the course which is provided, and then start shortlisting your options. For me, the joke is, like, Ramanuj had posted one status on Facebook in 2011, I remember, asking, what do you want to do in life? And I replied saying, I want to become the CEO of Cadbury. So he said, so specific in your higher classes also. You're so specific. You want to become just the CEO of Cadbury. Will Disneyland not work for you? I said no. I just want to be the CEO of Cadbury. I knew there is only one option, MBA, but I didn't know what to do in graduation. I didn't want to do BTech. I didn't want to do BSc. So I decided law would be my thing, because why a 5-year program is really useful is that, unlike other graduation programs where after your graduation there's lesser chances of a job security, and like most of the people do opt for higher education like post graduation, or even if they do have, the packages are very less. So I was thinking from that point of view, that tomorrow what if I don't want to do a PG course and still can I make good amount of money? That was my priority. Why I chose that, I should at least, I can drop a year right now, give my 2000%, crack a NLU admission exam, so that tomorrow what if I don't want to do an MBA course, will I still be able to make as much amount of money as I wanted to? That's how the decision of dropping came for me. For others who are watching this, if you know that you could not give your 100%, or you did not give your 100%, however, the subjects which law schools provide, the kind of environment which law school gives, the job security which law school gives, if these are your priorities, then you should go for a drop. Why not? The only reason you will be in two boats is when you are not able to trust yourself. And I'll just ask you, why? Why are you not able to trust your own hard work? Because if you worked hard, you will definitely land up in a very good college, for sure. The competition in comparison to engineering, medicine, or any other field is comparatively very less in law schools, in CLAT. Still, I think only 30-40,000 students are only applying, right, Harsh? In
No,
comparison to
more
LAT.
than that. More
Okay,
than
what
that,
do
but
you think?
yes, in comparison, far lesser.
Yeah, far lesser than other fields. So
But we
if we,
cannot, take away this fact that these people who apply for CLAT are one of the smartest people. You
definitely,
know, when you were in your college class, you must be understanding that you were thinking you are the brilliant chap from Dehradun, but right there, everybody, 35 head boy, 35 head girl in
yeah,
the same class.
yeah. So the moment you enter law school, your ranks don't matter whatsoever. I think AR rank, I've even forgotten my rank actually. Was it 135 or 156? One of the two, I keep forgetting these two numbers. One was the score, one was the rank, so I've forgotten. So the girl who was one rank before me went to Cambridge to do her higher studies, and she's received 100% scholarship to do PhD in jurisprudence from Cambridge. And I'm the head of placements in Law Seeker. Like two people who had almost similar rank, same score, are at two different places.
Both of you are making a dent in the universe, as Steve Jobs said.
Yeah. That's my favorite quote. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in that way, you just told us about the importance of group study.
Right.
You made a group of 8 people. So, do you think that it can be helpful for the kids who are preparing right now? Because
Definitely,
COVID-19 situation, they are stuck away at home. Group study doesn't feel to be the
really
safest
helps
way.
a lot. People keep a check. Like you have to be serious. It shouldn't be like kitty party नहीं हो जानी चाहिए वो. It's a group study means it's a group study. Shouldn't be your like catch up zone की friends आपकी life में क्या चला वो आजकल meme चला ना WhatsApp वाला. It shouldn't be like that. If you're actually serious about it, divide how many questions who's going to prepare. So we used to have a criteria of 50 questions per person. So the one person will start, he starts saying his 50 questions, everybody else will listen to it. Then next person 50 questions. So if you have a group of, if you don't even have a group of 8 people, you have a group of 2 people or a group of 4 people. Like 200 questions within 1 hour, you all will be able to discuss and just calculate the number of days you have left. Even if you have 2 months left, 60 days, 200 questions per day, you'll cover most of the questions. Really helps a
Okay,
lot.
so it boils down to being the difference,
Definitely.
and therefore making the difference.
Definitely. You've done good research on my profile, I think, Harsh, because you're pulling out a lot of details. I work with a Dehradun based organization. It's
Yeah,
not
that is what I wanted you to discuss right now. Making a difference by being the difference.
that. So, MAD was started by NLU Jodhpur alumnus, Mr. Abhijan Negi. He was, his story, I think I would request you to invite him also on board for another CLAD session because his CLAD examination story is equally funny. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share this or not because this is getting recorded also, but I'll just share because he's my good friend also. That he took the train the same day he had his exam, as far as I remember. Okay, and he had loose motions on the day of his exam, CLAT exam, and like he somehow managed to finish that paper, and luckily he still managed to get a seat at NLU Jodhpur. So just during the pre-boards when he was in his 12th standard, this is before CLAD came up, there was a documentary coming on TV on Bhopal gas tragedy. So he was watching that and suddenly he thought that like we should also do something. So he wrote a letter to a lot of schools in Dehradun and saying like let's create an account fund and let's collect the money donations and we'll send it there. The next day, his dad asked him, "What are you doing? Who's going to make the account? Who will be accountable for it?" Okay, then he realized this is not the way how it should be done. So he sent a SMS to 100 of his friends saying, "Please come to my home tomorrow, and we being the youngsters of Dehradun, we should do something for our state." Okay, like बिल्कुल चिल्लड़ party वाली story थी. So he invited out of those 100, 8 turned up to his place and then they become the first founding team members of MAT. So they decided क्या क्या कर सकते हैं as students, what all things can we do. So started with उनके घर के पास में there was this waste dump area जहाँ पे there was no dustbin. So they said कि let's start from here. We should clean this area as students. What can we do? So they went to the neighbors, like they started collecting पूरा waste वहाँ का उसमें I think animals की dead bodies भी थी, काफी कुछ था. And the next day newspaper reported saying branded jeans and t-shirt में advanced what do you call sweepers. That was something on those lines was the heading the next day. So we started from there. Then he joined law school. He immediately got admission in NLU Jodhpur. He went there. He ran in MAT in Dehradun from NLU Jodhpur. And we used our legal education in the best way possible. Like from first year onwards, we started filing RTIs. We started figuring out how can we utilize our legal knowledge in the best way possible. Today, it's been more than 8 years, and we are the strongest student and peer pressure group of Uttarakhand. So there's this international law firm, HSF. I'm not sure how many of you, like the audience members, must be aware of it.
Herbert Smith Freehills.
Herbert Smith Freehills. So Herbert Smith organizes an annual competition for law students in India who are doing some kind of community work. So we were the first one who won that award. And then after that, we decided not to participate because we were like, we should give opportunity to other students as well.
Wonderful.
So I think we received a cash prize also, some, I think close to 1 lakh or something. We never utilized it because it's a fully pocket money funded group. So we don't accept any fundings.
Okay. That was an amazing story. Yes. So can you tell us like how does law aspirant tend to manage this stress during this drop year? Because you actually took a drop year and then you said that your father was looking at you take a decision at once. So this might have happened with few of the people around in the country.
Everybody, I think.
So how to cope up with that pressure for 1 year?
Harsh, believe me, if somebody is dropping a year, howsoever their parents, like you might think that I have the best parents and the most supportive parents, but still somewhere or the other the pressure is felt by everybody. The level is more or less may not be the same. For somebody who has very strict parents, the amount of pressure might be extreme. However, even those who have very supportive parents do feel a lot of pressure. So the only good thing that keeps you in check is first know what you are doing and why you are doing. Your why should always be clear to you. Why are you even sitting for that entrance exam? Like, what would you get? Okay, so tomorrow, and with plan A, you should always have plan B ready in your mind. Like, if you don't make this, what will happen? I know a student who is extremely hardworking. He took drop for 2 consecutive years and he still didn't make it. So the third year he joined Himachal NLU, but he's doing amazing work there. Like in the first year itself, he did a lot of research, writing, moods, and everything. So your plan B should always be ready with you. You should know that if this doesn't work, firstly, why shouldn't it work? You should give your 2000% there. Okay, why exactly are you doing it? If you go with that strategy, you will definitely, if not in top 300 rank, you will be at least in top 4000 out of like 50,000 or 60,000. Because I'll tell you, give me the number. Harsh, what is the current number? How many students are sitting these days for CLAT?
Close to 60,000 plus. The data keeps on changing, and this year might be because of the ever time increasing deadline. The numbers can run down to 1 lakh even.
Okay, let's assume it's 1 lakh. Out of these 1 lakh, I'm telling you 40,000 are those who are just filling the form because they are filling 10 different types of forms. They are not serious about it. Okay, it's only the 60% of the students who have some knowledge about why exactly at the first place they decided to fill this form, and who didn't fill the form because papa ne keh diya tha ya some friend was filling it. They actually knew why they were spending 3,000 or 4,000 in this form. Out of those 40 or 60,000 students, there are 20,000 who start on a full throttle note. They'll be like, we want to give our best. But believe me, after 15, 20 days of doing reasoning and English and GK and all, they'll lose their interest. Okay, so these 20%, 20,000 are also gone. 60,000. Remaining 40,000. Your competition again comes down to just 40% of the total number of people who are sitting. It's not who started with the full throttle. It's actually who ended with full throttle. Like you should start also and end it at the same thing. Second thing, just keep one strategy in mind which actually worked for us is you should only be concerned about one seat of yours. That's it. दूसरा मुझसे कितना better है, दूसरा मुझसे कितना खराब है shouldn't affect you in any manner. I only kept on saying to myself that I have one seat reserved for myself and I just care about my one seat. मुझे नहीं पता who's rank 1 above me वो कितना talented है, and who's rank like 1 rank below me वो कितना talented. And I'll tell you, my friend who was 1 rank, like the friend who went to Cambridge, she had already done lot of parliamentary debates even before coming to college. She had represented India at Pakistan at one of her competitions, and I had zero clue. I was coming from a very small town, right? So it doesn't matter whatsoever. If you know, if you can have that confidence that यार वो एक सीट तो मेरी है ना, बस मुझे अपनी एक सीट से मतलब, you just work for that. Don't worry about friend क्या कर रहा है, उसने बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत कर दी, अब मेरा क्या होगा and all that. Have faith in your hard work. That's it. So उसी से first thing, this was the first part of your answer. I'm sorry, I had to answer on the stress part also. Secondly, have one hobby, one or two hobbies, like be it doodling, sketching, playing badminton, whatever it is. Have a hobby because usse you'll be able to release your stress better. Thirdly, have at least one study buddy. Really helps a lot. Because if even if your friend is preparing for some other exam, judiciary, UPSC, whatever exam, like last year I thought I might be writing SEBI, and then my friend was preparing for UPSC, the third friend was preparing for CDS. None of us were preparing for the same exams, but yes, because there were three people who were studying constantly, like anybody who would know कि मैं ज़्यादा chill कर रहा हूँ वो अपने आप ही वापस आ जाता था track में, thinking कि oh no, my other friends are also studying, I should also be studying. At the same time, for stress bursting, we all would meet and start cribbing together. यार ऐसा हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, GK में ये, and ultimately you'll realize काफी सारे exams में the syllabus overlaps also. GK remains the same, reasoning remains the same in some of the competitive exams. So you can start discussing those things. Helps a lot in releasing your stress.
Okay. One thing which would have not changed is the part of static GK. So what were the sources you relied on for preparing for static GK?
GK. Okay. At that point of time, I used to personally like Aryan's competition and focus. I used to read both the monthly, I think 6 and annual, all three. We used to focus on that. However, if how much time do you guys have for CLAT now? I think 2 months.
Yeah, approximately.
More than 2 months. I would suggest go for monthly competition in focus and annual Pratyogita Darpan. That's it. Don't rely on like 10 different sources. Pick two. For monthly updates. In focus is good, and for annual PD is good. If you think PD बहुत heavy है नहीं हो पाएगा, leave it aside. Go to YouTube. Study IQ channel is there. Uska videos are really good. Like there are a lot of other brands also. Unacademy videos are really good. Phenology legal videos are really good. Law Seco mein because of the judiciary team was preparing a lot of good content there. Unki videos are really good. If you want to understand basic concepts of law, core GK karna hai, for that study IQ, I go through that. Because a lot of students, what happens is they are like they do understand English, and I'm not talking for everybody. I'm sorry if like please don't take this personally. I'm just telling you what I have observed, especially in North India. Students, they do know how to speak and write in English, but they don't comprehend really well when you teach them in English. They say यार हिंदी में बता देना. It's just like exam के पहली रात they'll go to a friend and say यार quickly मुझे हिंदी में brief कर दे. I'll go and write it in my exam tomorrow. So study IQ में that is really helpful. Like the person explains those concepts in Hindi. So वो दिमाग में रहती है story. This happened, this happened, this happened. And make notes. Please make notes. If you're referring to any YouTube videos, please make notes.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to give a caveat on this. Ayaz, she pointed out the sources to an extent, but yes, if you are really preparing for CLAT this year, you need to understand the topics and then watch these videos. You should not start watching कि China के वुहान में क्या हुआ. Study IQ is making video on this.
Yeah.
They are making a video on तिब्बत का क्या होगा. ठीक है. So know what your topics are. Which important topics हैं उनको आप देखिए किसी भी sources से देखिए. Then it matters. Otherwise, if you start following every day, you are sitting down and reading those, you will be preparing for UPSC, my friends, not CLAT. So she pointed out Arihant, and that I also told you a few days back. Arihant की जो किताब आती है स्टैटिक जीके की 30 रुपए वाली, उससे अच्छा मटेरियल इंडिया में कुछ नहीं है. Whatever anyone tell you in the country, ठीक है, उससे अच्छा कोई मटेरियल हो ही नहीं सकता. इसके अलावा she was correctly pointing out this, the term she was using PD, it stands for Pratyogita Darpan. I hope you all know that. So Pratyogita Darpan is that term, and it's a magazine on for GK preparation. Apart from that, it was very informative when you told us about you can look into these aspects. I have also watched all these things, study IQ and academy videos and loss eco videos. To an extent, you need to have a balance of this. You need to know the important topics, then you need to watch them. That was a caveat from my end, rather. But you
They-
can follow what she said.
I'm glad you mentioned this here because yes, you are right. That study IQ to a great extent it prepares videos for UPSC aspirants, for banking aspirants. So if you're going for UG for your UG client, you don't need to know the concepts in great detail. It's an MCQ based paper. It's not a. It's neither UPSC nor there is an interview round there where they'll ask you what is happening. Like if you're going for SSB for armed forces, JAG and all, you should know what is happening in the world because they will ask you that. But if you're going for UG, you just need to know the basic facts. And did I forget to mention Hindu? I'm so sorry. Hindu is the must thing. Like, please develop a habit because even if you read it ऊपर से काफी सारे questions will come from there and when you'll get 4 options, the exact option will click in your mind. I have read this in Hindu somewhere someday. So I know it might be slightly boring to some of you who are starting developing the habit of reading newspaper, but don't just rely on inshorts. Like for news, for your competitive exams, you can't rely on inshorts. It's for
But yeah,
professionals who like have to keep a track of what is happening in the world and like they just need the headlines.
these two newspapers, Samanika, Hindu and the Indian Express, are important. And you will realize after like 10 days, शुरू मजबूरी में किया था लेकिन अब मजा आ रहा है वाला sort.
Right.
You will start understanding why these newspapers are read by so many people, so many aspirants, and especially the editorials. They are very, very important. Few of those editorials give you those passages which is in the current pattern of CLAT. So that becomes important to understand the basic factors, and also reading these newspapers, your grammatical skills get better. So the Hindu and the Indian Express, CLAT Consortium released a sample paper, Samanika, 2 or 3 days back on legal reasoning, and that entire passage was extracted from the Indian Express. So that way, these newspapers also help a lot.
Students, I'll just add one thing here, Harsh. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, I'm done.
See, one thing is hardworking, the other thing is smart working. But in trying to do smart work, don't try to skip the hard work. Why I say so is a lot of students what they are going to do is YouTube पे जाके आजकल there are so many brands which update the Hindu का summary or the editorial का summary and they'll directly go and watch those summaries. See, those summaries are good for students who are writing like subjective papers. Yours is not a subjective paper. Yours is an objective paper. So, इसीलिए for you, you have to open the newspaper and read it yourself rather than wait for somebody else to summarize it for you. Because the important factors which will be asked in an objective paper will be mentioned in the editorial, in the comprehensive part only. That may not be referred by the person who's summarizing the newspaper in his video on YouTube. So don't try to do that. वो जुगाड़ मत करना.
Harsh, there's one more question while we're talking about CLAT in focus. However, there's somebody who would like to know, Shubham Raj Singh, how to crack BHU law entrance exam, considering you're a faculty at CLAT.
Okay. So there's a different, it has a paper of its own, BLAT. So while you are attempting for BLAT, as I told you in my first session, which was on legal aptitude preparation, I pointed out that for other entrance examination other than CLAT, what you need to do is you need to rely on past year papers. And believe me, my dear friend, when I say that BLAT, the entrance test to BHU, is one of the easiest paper. Like if you are preparing for a CLAT, AI-LET, and other law entrance examination, in comparison to these, BLAT is one of the easiest paper. Why? The reason being that the questions are very much straightforward. They will exactly ask you very simple paper. Fundamental rights are given under which part of Indian Constitution? Part 3. This way, they ask you, and it will be like K-pop. They will ask you legal maxims, and that too very, very easy legal maxim. What do you mean by the term nullified? These way. So I would suggest you, if you want to prepare for BHU entrance examination, please kindly go through the past year papers first and foremost. Talk to someone who has already cleared this paper. We will get someone to talk to us in a webinar. and in that that particular person will tell you the more strategy for cracking this paper. The third and foremost thing is you need to be good with your basics, in the sense that you must have a basic understanding of English, you must have a basic understanding of logical. GK will be more of a static GK when it comes down to BLAT, and that can make your job easy and also as well as tough. For static GK, again, you must rely on that 30 rupees Arihant ki kitab. And believe me, when there are topics which are important, like modern Indian history will be important, the Indian geography will be important. Then there will be then there will be location of buildings where they are located. That will be important. So in that manner, the paper, the polity wala topic will be entirely important. So these are the topics which are important for that, and we will. I believe the I believe soon we will be coming up with a session on black.
Thank you. I hope that answers your question. Shubham, there are a couple of more questions, and I would also request anybody who has any questions, please put it in the chat. We'll be very happy to answer. We have a faculty from ClatPath here. We have Samanika, who has exhaustive experience in the field. She's in, so we are here open for questions. We can also talk about maybe a subject-wide strategy, if it's possible, we could do that, or anything you feel that would be very helpful and valuable advice for people who they have enough time now to prepare, fortunately.
Samanika?
Yeah, so I'll start with GK because that is one subject जिसको देख के सब लोग सबसे ज़्यादा डर जाते हैं, and they're like, oh, GK, like how will I do it? I'll tell you my story. So the first time when I went to write the mock paper at Career Launcher Dehradun, I scored 7 out of 100. Okay, and I looked at that paper and I was like, shame on you. You're saying you want to drop a year, you're just like you're planning to write CLAT or whatever, and you have 7 on 100. So, and the last exam which I wrote, the last mock, GK mock which I wrote, I scored 47 on 100. I remember both the numbers. So from 7 to 47 in GK, if it was possible for me, believe me, it is very easily possible for you. Initially, you might think, yaar, bahut zyada hai, there's so much. I'll say, don't directly jump to static GK. You are not writing a UPSC exam. Ye civil services nahi hai. It's just, they are just trying to test you at 11th and 12th standard level. They do not expect you at a graduate level or a PG level, doctorate level, nothing. So don't panic. First thing is, don't panic with GK at all. Okay, start with current GK. 1 week ka just go through the entire news. Okay, don't start judging yourself. मुझे कितना आता है, मुझे कितना नहीं आता है. You don't have to think about it. Just start reading. क्या क्या पता है. I'm telling you, after 5 days, first 5 days you will struggle a lot if you don't have a habit of reading a newspaper. After 5 days, you will start observing yourself that there is a link. The story which was posted few days back, there's an update on it, what is happening and all. And then it will kind of become a like series episode. Just we keep on following back now, what happened next? What happened next? Oh, there was this ILFS matter which was happening in the NCLT. Then this happened. Oh, acha ye hua. Jet Airways ka ye hua. So you'll keep following up, and then it becomes kind of a story in your mind, and you will yourself start remembering facts. When you will meet your friends, you'll start discussing. So gossip karte the, ye hua, wo hua. Then you will be gossiping about these legal facts that like this has happened. And after like 15 days, 20 days, you will realize that you actually know a lot about what is happening in the world. So don't judge yourself even before preparing for any subject whatsoever it is. GK is the subject I found a lot of people struggling and getting scared from. So that's why I started with GK. Harsh, would you like to take any next other subject?
No, let us hear your strategy. How did you prepare those subjects? I've already pointed out my strategy for legal aptitude. I did not attempt maths, so I cannot be a person talking about maths or quantitative aptitude. My GK was fine. I remember this, and I used to do a lot of quizzing in my school days. Lot of quizzing. So actually, GK was savior for me, if I be very truthful. Uh, being reading all about GK, being utilizing the school library, sitting around doing quizzes even in class 12th, going for Limca quiz, Born Beta quiz, Maggie quiz, etc., Bharat Ko Jano, all these kinds of quizzes to that ICSC quiz. So that helped me a lot in understanding the static part. When it came down to current affairs parts, I remember that I just went to Google. I just use Google. Like these days, the students know these many things, and ये है वो है GK Today है ये website है वो है. That point of time, I don't remember doing something. I just went into. I wrote on Google current affairs for June 2012. जो आया सबसे पहले लिंक पढ़ लिया उसको एक बार में पूरा खत्म कर दिया. उसके बाद जो आया उसको पढ़ लिया. एंड फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ, व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड रिवाइजिंग, देन आई फाउंड आउट लाइक आई मेरे पास इतने दिन भी नहीं थे. सो आई स्टार्टेड रिवाइजिंग एंड आई फाउंड आउट कि सब में कुछ ना कुछ लगभग 80% मटेरियल सेम है. all they are is doing is that 80% material is the same, 20% इधर उधर हो रहा है बस, और कुछ नहीं हो रहा. So when it comes down to the current affairs, I was like fortunate enough कि those topics which I read, they came down in law interest examination. So there were one or two questions which even I was not able to get through. I was doing these quizzes online on Facebook. At that point of time, I remember there was few organization, Gyan Central was working, as I can remember. So that was working, and they used to take FB quizzes, and I used to win those quizzes along with my friend Prashant Pandey, who is currently a GK faculty at one of the renowned coaching in Lucknow. So we used to participate. So that way it became all of interesting because you were always looking for winning. So the habit, if you go for that कि करने हैं पूरे सबसे ज्यादा नंबर लाने हैं, एंड अपने आप से एक कंपटीशन करना, जो बाकी लोग हैं बस ये देखना कि थोड़ा सा उनसे ज्यादा आता हो. जीके में यही होता है. जीके में यू कैन, अगर आपको इंटरेस्ट आ गया तो आप एक दिन में भी कर सकते हो, इंटरेस्ट नहीं आया तो आपको टाइम लगेगा. बट मेरे हिसाब से अगर 12 महीने हैं, और जिसमें मैं मानता हूं कि 11 महीने या 12 महीने मान भी ले, और पेपर कितने नंबर का होगा, 36 नंबर का मेरे हिसाब से आने वाला है जीके का. अब अगर ऐसे माना जाए तो हर महीने के हिसाब से 3 क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं. मतलब इट्स सो सिंपल. एक महीने से 3 क्वेश्चन आपको निकालने हैं, सिर्फ 3 क्वेश्चन. आपको बस ये पता होना चाहिए वो तीन क्वेश्चन ऐसे कौन से हैं, तो 3 टॉपिक ऐसे कौन से हैं जो सब लोग रिपीट कर रहे हैं अक्रॉस द कंट्री. मतलब कोई भी आप किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म में जाइए, किसी भी मेंटोर से बात करिए, वो 3 टॉपिक अगर कॉमन हो गए तो इसका मतलब ये है कि वो पेपर के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो गए. दैट वाज माय प्रिसाइज अंडरस्टैंडिंग. एक महीने का मतलब है, उस जमाने में आई अंडरस्टूड कि पांच क्वेश्चन ऐसे होंगे जो इंपॉर्टेंट होंगे. मैं सिर्फ उन 5 क्वेश्चन को समझने में टाइम लगाता था कि वो 5 क्वेश्चन कौन से हो सकते थे. दीज डेज व्हाट आई सी इज, सबको बोला जाता है कि पेपर में ये आएगा, एंड उसके बाद उनको पकड़ा दी जाते हैं 20 पन्ने. अब mentor, teachers, and these all people across the country, what they do, and I'm very happy they do this kind of work. बट किसी को भी 20 पन्ने पकड़ाना एक मंथ के वाले, और फिर कहना कि इससे आया था पेपर में, that doesn't make a sense. Give them 5 pages and then say कि उससे आया था पेपर. It makes a sense कि भाई you were able to gauge कि हाँ क्या important है. अब आपको ही नहीं पता, आपने सारा पूरे महीने का दे दिया, फिर बोला वहां के पेज नंबर दिस से ये क्वेश्चन आ गया. It doesn't make a sense. 4 बातें बताऊं, उनमें से 2 बातें आ जाएं, I like that. So for me the strategy was completely different. Static GK was almost done. 30 रुपए की अरिहंत की किताब थी. पूरा मतलब पीपल से मगअप मत करो, बट होता क्या था, क्विजिंग, जब आप क्विजिंग करते हो तो आपको नैनो मतलब सेकंड्स के अंदर आंसर देना होता है. यू हैव टू प्रेस द बजर बिफोर एनीबॉडी एल्स इन द रूम डज. सो दैट हेल्प्ड मी आउट इन गेटिंग दोस पेपर्स. एंड जीके की सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है, इट्स लेस टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. सो माय स्ट्रेटजी वाज सिंपल. 8 मिनट में करने क्वेश्चन. सो 50 क्वेश्चंस आते थे एंड आई एग्जैक्टली यूज्ड टू सॉल्व देम इन 8 minutes. And I'm being very truthful. My younger brother also cracked this paper. He did the same. He took like 8 minutes to crack this paper. So लोगों को इस 12 मिनट लगते हैं, बट 12-15 मिनट इज ओके. सो ये होता है आज के समय में क्या है, व्हेन द पैटर्न हैज चेंज्ड, यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई दोस टॉपिक्स. जीके के लिए भी आपको टॉपिक्स समझने पड़ेंगे, टॉपिक्स कौन से इंपॉर्टेंट है, उनको डिटेल स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. एंड पास्ट ये जो सैंपल पेपर्स हैं उनको देखिए, एंड वी विल बी डूइंग अ सेशन ऑन जीके आल्सो. सो उस पर ध्यान दीजिएगा, एंड यू it will be easy. It's easy when I say that. I know you will be thinking कि ऐसा नहीं होता, but हाँ, you need to devote a time. 2 महीने अपने पास, अपन अगर 10 दिन भी देते हैं जीके को, more than enough. 10 दिन, 10 महीना, done. Simple as that. So that is my take on GK, Samanika.
Right. My strategy is totally different. Like I told you, you were somebody who knew GK beforehand, and हम बिल्कुल actually मैं opposite हैं, because my strong point was maths, which you said was a weak point.
मैंने attempt ही नहीं किया.
Different strategy than yours, but your answer reminded me a lot of important things. First is, if you are starting now, try to sit down with 2 or 3 previous year papers and understand कि आपको कितना time लगेगा for one section. Okay, whichever is your favorite section. For example, if it is maths, I would want to give more time to maths because maths was my favorite subject in the beginning when I'm doing first 2 3 mocks, because I want to understand what all questions from that paper I can crack, which are like my strong areas. And from there only I'll build, so that tomorrow when I get maths questions during the final paper, I'll be giving minimum time to maths to crack maximum questions. Okay, so that's how I would suggest. Initially sit down with the paper and decide how much time would you want to give. For example, I had clear criteria set. I'll tell you, my friend and I wrote the same paper in 2012. She was 5 to 7,000 rank above me. And in 2013 paper, I was 5 to 7,000 rank above her. The reason was only this: time management. Like, because of negative marking or last minute change in the paper pattern, whatever it was, she could not complete the paper. She started panicking. However, I had kept sufficient time for myself in the end so that I can come back to the paper and revise it. And this you might think कि नहीं हो सकता, but believe me, it is easily possible. Like for GK, if you know आता है तो आता है, नहीं आता तो नहीं आता. So devote your time. Like if there are 30 questions, don't give more than 10 minutes for that, or 12 minutes, whatever time you want to give. Either you know it or you don't know it, or if you are 50-50, just mark circle and move. Last में time देना, last 10 minutes to like whatever questions you had marked with a circle, you come back and do those questions. But जिनका full probability, you know the answers very clearly. This was the game which CLAT played in, I think, 2011, 12, and 13, all 3 years. When NUJS had set up the paper, there were four comprehensions in English, and the only reason I didn't crack 2012 paper was because I didn't know this. So I saw the paper, like, this is so lengthy, I can't start with English. I moved on to GK, to legal and other stuff, and I was not those subjects were not my strength areas. And in that year, the students who actually attempted English, because those comprehensions were lengthy, but they were very simple. The answers were straightforward. So the students who actually attempted those comprehensions were the one who cleared CLAT that year. So divide your time period, how much time you want to give to per section, then find out what are your strength areas. Abhi, if you just have 1.5 month, build your strengths first. So that like if CLAT comes up and says like today they come up with a notification that next week they are conducting an exam, you shouldn't wait for the notification to give you additional time to prepare for your exam. You should be ready. Once you've done your worked on your core areas, you would know out of 200 or 300, I will easily be able to secure 100 marks because itna mere strengths are. Now I have to go to the weakness, which is could be different for everybody. If it's GK for you, go for GK. If it's maths for you, give more number of hours then for those subjects which are your weaknesses. That is like how I strategize it. So the only reason I could crack CLAT was I knew very clearly that out of 20, I would be securing, I had done attempted 18 and one was wrong and 17 were right. So that was the score which helped me in getting the CLAT rank that time.
Samrit wants to know how important is taking CLAT coaching and if he wants to attempt in 2021. Should he start?
Which is next year. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some few things, not just for CLAT, this applies across for all the competitive exams, including Selection Service Board exam for SSB for Armed Forces. Now, gone are days when coaching was a big taboo. Right? Coaching lena chahiye ya nahi lena chahiye. Oh, you are taking coaching because tumhe kuch nahi aata. Things like that. It's no more like that. If you need a mentor, if you think you need somebody to guide you with the structure, coaching helps you in that. They will just be guiding you. They'll not be spoon feeding you. If you're looking for a spoon feeding thing, don't go for coaching. Not meant for you. If you're looking for guidance, clear guidance, because CLAT coaching really helped me when I was there. I had somebody who could tell me that if I want to prepare GK, which is my weak point, how should I do it? If I'm not good at, say, even though I'm good at maths, but I'm not good at, say, permutation combinations or time speed management questions, I had a mentor who could tell me from where should I prepare those things. So if you're looking for these kind of mentors and guides, then you should or you can go for coaching. If you think you can directly do it on your own these things, then CLAT is not a subject jiske liye matlab without coaching you can't prepare at all. It can be done without coaching also. So you decide, are you looking for a mentor somewhere who can give you a structured way of how to prepare it, or are you like waiting for somebody to spoon feed. The answer will be yours.
I hope that helped you, Samrit. Very nice answer. I think it really gives you structure and clarity as to how to approach each subject.
Right.
Very nice. So it was any more questions or any feedback in case you would like to know more about a certain area, please feel free to put it in the chat. We would love to take it in maybe the coming webinars. We'll keep coming to you with webinars like almost every day. We're planning for doing it subject wise also. We have some real great people on board for that. Harsh, is there anything you would like to cover today also in last 5 minutes, let's say?
No, I believe I would just ask the people who have joined today to go through the previous sessions. That can be helpful for them to give them a clear understanding of. Uh, See, when we are talking to CLAT toppers, the common point which will come out is that only that you need to have the perseverance, you need to have consistency, you need to work on mock tests, you need to utilize the time. Then you just what Samanika just said. I said it a few days back that you just need one seat. That is what the common understanding of everyone is. Uh, that is very common. And कहाँ से हम लोग सीखते हैं? हम लोग के parents से. When they see you in such kind of a situation कि you are studying for like more than 1 or 2 or 3 more than 3 hours, then they will say to you, अच्छा तुम्हें तो एक ही सीट चाहिए ना, टेंशन मत लो. So that way we get that understanding. So as far as I will always repeat it whenever you will have me on session, is kindly solve sample papers, kindly solve sample sets. Uh, Keep on repeating that. Keep on repeating that as far as possible. And whenever you go out and whenever you get a chance to go out during this lockdown, go and buy that 30 rupees. I don't know what's the cost right now. Arihant ki book. I'm not promoting it, but it's really helpful.
They might think you're actually promoting it.
I was about to say. Good
I have no clue who has written that and who owns Arihant Publications.
Since you mentioned about Gyan Center, it reminded me, it's been such a long time, like more than 6 years.
Yeah.
I used to do that, but I can
Ankit Dada was used to managing that on Facebook.
Yeah, there were a few of them. I'll tell you a few things that if you're a beginner and you haven't started preparing yet, or even if you are but don't know much about it, CLAT used to write very good blogs. If you want to know how law school life is, what all subjects, what toppers have to say, I think Mohammed has
Asadullah Sharif.
Yeah, Asad. I think Asad has left for one of his jobs outside India. So I don't think the blog
He is currently. I would like to correct it, Samanika. He is currently in India and he is the president of a CLAT coaching based at Delhi. Sorry, based at Lucknow.
I was told by somebody that Asad might have, Asad is working abroad, but he had.
I met him like six months back.
Good blog. So CLAT had, like, for us, it was really good. Doing mocks is important, yes, but don't blindly start doing any and every mock, because there are so many mocks in the market which do not come with the right key of right set of answers, and the students get confused. So be careful which brands mocks you guys are picking up. Secondly, the previous year papers are very, very, very important. If you're starting now, if you don't have any guidance, you still want to make sure you crack CLAT this year, do at least 3 mocks per day. At least 3 mocks per day if you haven't started yet. If you've already started, at least 2 mocks. And these mocks, I'm talking about the previous year papers. Starting from when NLS and NALSA and NUJS used to have the independent papers and not just the CLAT previous year papers. So then you will realize, you will start understanding the pattern of the paper. What is being asked? What is generally, like you said, of course, the syllabus is slightly changed, but the subjects do remain the same. And this is across. And secondly, like, you were promoting Arihant way too much, but I'll also tell you that some exams like banking PO exam, then there are a few constable exams or whatever other government exams are there. Most of the monthly magazines also come up with their previous year papers or their recent papers which were conducted, because this is the time when all the competition exams are conducted, be it AFCAT, CDS, whatever exam it is. Just pull out the questions which were asked in GK. Like, this strategy really worked for me when I went for my AFCAT exam, and like I was working in a law firm, I had zero time to prepare. So in the last 2 days, I just opened the book and looked at what are the common GK questions which are being asked in other government exams. And from there, only 3 to 4 questions came up in AFCAT as well. So whatever exams you guys are preparing, don't just look at GK previous year questions for that exam only. You can look for other exams as well, and that will also be really helpful. MCQs.
Over to Shweta.
Shweta, you're on mute.
Yeah, I noticed. We have a question on YouTube. Somebody, Ashish, wants to know about LLM. I think we'll cover that in the coming weeks. We have something lined up. For this one particularly, we want to talk about UG. So that's about it from us today. Yeah.
We can quickly take it because he's attended our session. So what he's asking whether LLM should be done or not, or
how to crack CLAT for LLM.
That would be another one full hour session, because if
we did one last week. We intend to do another one soon. We've already spoken about it, so we'll take that for sure. Ashish, please stay tuned. Is all I can say today. I think this is that's about it for today. We wanted to cover all of that. I really hope it was helpful, and a lot of good strategies there. Very nice and very relatable. Thank you so much for joining us, Samanika. Thank you, Harsh, for taking the time. It was great, very interactive session, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll recommend the participants who are attending the session, since you guys are planning to become lawyers. I'm doing another session at 4 o'clock. It's on the jurisprudence of death penalty, because you guys have seen that there's so much debate which keeps on happening, whether India should abolish death penalty or whether we should still continue with it. So I'm doing the session with one of the experts from Bombay High Court at 4 o'clock. You guys are more than welcome to join us.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah. Okay then, Shweta. Are there any questions?
None for now. No, thank you. Any feedback if you have? How did you like the session? Please put it in the chat box. We'll be happy to hear. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye-bye.